Here Comes the Bride is showing on Royal Arts TV. The movie features Bimbo, Ademoye, Daniel, Etim, Ifyong. Now, Here Comes the Bride talks about a young influencer who decided to marry her fiance's best friend because she found out that the fiance was cheating on her with numerous girlfriends as well as her PA. So she decided to play a smart game because as an influencer she was on live and thousands of people were watching. She didn't want to chop disgrace. So she decided to marry her ex fiance best friend. And as the marriage was public, she decided to continue lying until this affected her brand deals. So she later on had to confess to the public that this was the reason she decided to lie to her followers and this affected her brand. So that's what they're going to see, when you decide to watch this movie called Here Comes the Bride. You think you're interested in watching this movie? Well, if you are, you're going to find it on Royal Art TV. Now, let's talk about the characters. Let's start with Daniel Etim. It seems like Daniel is everywhere on YouTube these days. Like he's everywhere. Like I can just imagine how his book. I can just imagine his email. How everybody's actually casting him is because he's everywhere. Yeah, so this his movie with Bimbo was quite interesting. I love the character he played here. He was very laid back. He was just this good guy, too good of a guy who is not on social media, who is a doctor and who has an orphanage. He's just a perfect gentleman. But I mean, when perfect gentlemen like this, they always have girlfriends who have score in their head, girlfriends who are cheating, girlfriends who use them to their own advantage. So that was Daniel. Like he was that guy, too perfect of a guy. And obviously if you are too good like this, people will use you. And that was what this influencer or the Bimbo character, did to him. And that was really nice. Daniel was very calm here. He was very respectful, even though he had few fights here and there with his bestie because he didn't know that the bestie was cheating on his fiance at the time. So that was his character was very calm, different from Daniel that we see in most of his movies on YouTube. So I think that was interesting to watch. Then let's talk about Bimbo. Obviously, she was the influencer, so she's going to be everywhere. She's going to be having conversation with brands, fans, things like that. So when you become an influencer, you want to please your fans. I think that was something that you need to pick up on if you're an influencer or more. Sometimes you don't need fans validation. You don't need to do things for fans. Like I know the pressure keeps getting worse as you grow, so you want to do things so that you be accepted by people who are not family. And that is where you need to learn when to draw the line, you know what I mean? So yeah, Bimbo's character was quite interesting. She was intrigued, she was angry, she was happy, she was, you know the typical popular influencers, how they roll. That's exactly what Bimbo's character was. The storyline itself was quite boring. This they could have developed it more. It was just straight line and nothing exciting about the storyline itself. And you are like, nah, this is not, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. I mean, we like, you can just predict what the next move is going to be. The only surprising thing was that at least they gave us a throwback of Daniel's girlfriend's character, because I mean she was cheating on Daniel with numerous guys. So they gave us something to look back to how this girl was moving mad, So I think that was just one good thing about this movie. Then another good thing about this movie is that it had a whole ceremony for the traditional marriage. That was a good one. I didn't see I mean, when it comes to YouTube, you guys know that they give the barest of the barest minimum. They give a lot of mediocre basically, and seeing that whole scene of the engagement, and we could see like engagement things, the food stuff and all. I was like, okay, that's good. And how every cast in that scene dressed accordingly to the occasion, that was something I was impressed by. And also I want to talk about the lady that played Daniel's girlfriend. She was money conscious. It's like without money she can't move. Her character was quite interesting. I love her character. I enjoyed her so much. I love the vibrant feel of watching her. She was fire actually. I like that. Her one of her my favorite scene of her was how she was negotiating the money with Bimbo. I like that a lot. I really, really do like that a lot. Downside of this movie is that it didn't show us any interaction with fans or brands, nothing like everything was just surface. They were just telling us what was going on. We were not seeing any of that. We didn't even see when they were going live. They used to some editing skill. They used to tell us the number of live on the screen, and nothing like that. Everything was just I can just tell you 100% for sure that the phone was not even on when they were going live, because they were just showing us the back of everything. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people? No effort, no moment of wow in this movie. Oh gosh, it's so sad. It's really, really sad. Even Daniel, as a doctor, we didn't see him in a hospital. We didn't see him in his orphanage. Nothing like that. If we were having one or two scenes where, as a influencer, you were supposed to go to this orphanage and donate, and show off to your fans. Like that's what influencers do when they get some small. Now that you're married to somebody who has an orphanage, why don't you go there with him? Have fun with the kids. Like if we had a scene like that and the camera is following them, just to show that they live together, they do things together. That was something I was expecting. Nothing like that happened. When they caught them that they were not living together, all they did was to come live. Even the live said, like I said, we didn't see anything. So what the hell is this movie? Like, or to come live and say, oh, well, we are living together, so. Guys, we know this scope. Like we know that the phone is not on. Everything was just basic editing, and that is poor production effort. Like they didn't care. The only thing is just the wedding, or should I say the traditional marriage ceremony point, and that's it. Maybe the big scenes and nothing was going on there. Like what the hell is that? So what I'm just trying to say is they didn't give us a lot of sauce, something you can watch the movie and like, oh wow, this is a moment, this is a gag, like this is something you can take up. Like the storyline is straight line, the storyline is just there, like YouTube standard, obviously. So again, here comes the bride. Rating it, I'm going to give it 3/10. If you haven't seen it and you're interested, here comes the bride. You're going to find this movie on Royal Art TV. And I also want to appreciate how they were able to give her a wedding gown at the last scene. At least they were trying to tell us that, yeah, the wedding was successful. Okay, that's good. I think that was also an okay point for this movie. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.